Right. So good afternoon and welcome to this webinar of a couple of hours. I'm just going to be working to create a business operating system that you can use. You can adapt it to your situation, to your business. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm just going to share the live stream. So good afternoon and welcome to this with my Facebook group. Just give me a minute. And this business operating system is very much like the Windows operating system or iOS on the Mac. And it's going to show you how to create your own business system. So it's going to help you to get up and running quickly so that you can run your business. All right, so let me go to my software program. So what is a business system? Let's just start with that. And I want this system to be open source, so anyone can grab a copy. Open source doesn't mean that it's free. It means that you can grab or buy a copy and you can sell it or share it with anyone. And if you sell it, you pocket all the profits, 100% of the profits. But when you sell it, you have to share all the source code as well. So that's what it means. And I think that as you build your business operating system, you will understand what business is. It's really a machine. It's like a computer. But before you launch your business, you need to have three things. I'm going to write them here. You need to have a business. Whoops, sorry. That font is a little bit too big. Let me just fix that. So you need to have a business brain. You need to have a business plan, and finally you create a business system. So when I give my course on how to start a business, I tell students that they need those three things. A business brain is obviously it's about your education. So we're gonna make a copy of that here. A business plan is when you have a product and you want to write down on paper all your assumptions, all your plans, all your processes. And a business system is really like a living thing. It's like a car or a plane or a washing machine. And you have to be like an engineer to develop your business system. And the boss here, the business operating system for success, is very much the system. So let's take a look at what the boss requires. So the first thing is you need to have a product that you can sell, and then secondly you need to have a lead generation system called a lead gen system that will generate leads for you every week without fail, and it's going to be predictable and reliable. So it's not like 1 week you generate like 20 leads and next week it's 50 and then the following week it's 2. It has to be consistent, like 10, 11, 10, 12, 9, 10, something like that. After you generate leads, you must have a sales process to convert leads into customers, and then you can deliver the product to customers. And some people also start a business based on services, but I'm not a big fan of that because a service is not scalable. But I'm just going to put it here for the sake of completeness. So basically you have a system that is very simple. You start with a lead generation system right? So let's represent that with this arrow. So this system will produce a lead, and with the lead you engage the sales process here, and after you sell, customers will receive the product. So these are the three critical component, and the business operating system for success is based on these three key processes. So I'm going to just encase them in a rectangle so that we know that this is a customer acquisition system. Let me just bring it back here. Right. So if we step away, we zoom out, this is really the game of business in the rectangle. Hold on, let me just see on YouTube if it's alright. So this is like a business training program in a single video. I want to show you the big picture, but of course, you know, you have to get into the nitty-gritty detail in order to flesh out this customer acquisition system. But before we have this customer acquisition system, we actually have to create the product. So I'm going to create another box here, and we're going to call it the product creation, because even if you have a product, you always need new products, because the competition will come in and also customers will develop new needs, right? So you need a new product all the time. And so I'm gonna represent that with a, let's say, a kind of circle, and that circle will represent your product development effort. And same thing with the lead generation. I'm going to create a different system for that, and this one is uniquely for lead generation. Just gonna move these over here. You know, when you think about it, this is very much like flying a plane, right? Like, you can have the best plane in the world, but the pilot has to receive specialized training in order to know how to fly the plane. So that's what the business brain is all about. The business system is the plane, and there has to be a plan, like where is a plane going. So that's what the business plan is. It's like a map of where the airplane is going to fly. So that's how these three components fit together. So in terms of the lead generation system, I guess we can have, different components. Like, if you want to generate leads, number one, you need to have a lead magnet. So this is a free gift that you're giving to visitors of your website to motivate them to give you their name and their email address and possibly their phone number, and also in B2B, other information like their company name, their job title, their budget, etc. The second component you need to generate leads is an email marketing platform. So I'm just going to call it email platform. In my case, I use MailerLite, which is very simple and very powerful, very flexible. I think it's better than MailChimp, by the way. I used to use MailChimp, but it's getting too complex. Number three is an opt-in landing page. So an opt-in page where you describe your lead magnet. And I guess, so under opt-in page, you can have the headline, you can have the body text, you can have pictures, You can have videos also, because keep in mind that the opt-in page is almost like a sales page. You have to sell to them the value of the lead magnet so that they surrender their name and email address. And the lead gen will also need to have a confirmation page after they enter their email and name, and of course a welcome email, and what we call a series of emails. So these are value emails. And finally you have a pitch email, and this is typically email number 5, where you're selling them something. Okay, so that's the lead generation system. There are different ways to generate leads. Like instead of a lead magnet, it can also, well, the lead magnet in itself, I'm just going to create a different system for that. The lead magnet in itself can be many things. It can be an ebook, it can be an email course. So this is a course by email. It can be a discount code, it can be a free webinar. So all of this is free. It can be a free consultation. It can be like so many things, you know, maybe 20 or 50 different things. Okay, so I'm going to put it here. The lead magnet can be all of this. Now let's take a look at the sales process. The sales process typically occurs in 5 steps, sometimes 6. Let me just zoom in. And as you can see, I'm going into great detail all the way down to the procedure level, because this is really the business operating system for success. So everything has to be spelled out. So the first step is to build rapport. The second one is the need assessment. You try to figure out what the prospect really needs. Third, you present the relevant solutions. So you're not presenting the whole store, like just the relevant products and services. Number 4, we have objections handling, and number 5, closing. Now in the case of services, it's a little bit more complex, but let's leave it at that for now. Now in terms of I'm going to put here a digital product, because I want to keep it simple, and I want to create this business operating system for success, the BOSS, for digital entrepreneurs first. Not for services people. So for digital product, what we need a couple of things. You know, once we have let's say it's a video course, we need to upload, in my case on Gumroad, but in your case it could be a different platform. We need to write the sales page. We need to enter bank information. Although on Gumroad you don't need to have bank information, you can just put your PayPal address and all the revenues will be sent to your PayPal account. There are countries in the world where they don't have easy access to online banking, so PayPal is good. You know, maybe again pictures and videos. Pictures and videos are really good at selling. So that's what you need for your digital product. You upload on Gumroad. You upload in the content section. Alright, so we have everything. In fact, interestingly, this video and also this PDF file where you can see the BOSS, the business operating system, is going to be a digital product in itself. And what's interesting about this business operating system is that nobody online has ever shown you or has ever taught you how to create this system. I think I'm the first one in the world to dare to create this the system. And I guess the reason, whoa, sorry about that. And the reason why I'm qualified and super motivated is that, you know, I've read like 1,000 business books and I have a business degree from McGill. Have so much experience in business that, you know, I feel confident I can create a complete operating system for success. And of course, there are all kinds of businesses, and so, you know, you have to choose the right business model. But no matter what your business model is, it's gonna include a lead generation system, it's gonna include a sales process, and a product. So let me see. I have to use a real example so that you can see how this works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of this business system, which is generic, and I'm going to apply it to a particular. So as you can see here, you know, I'm zooming out, and it's quite interesting. You know, I zoom out, and so I can add more stuff here. You see on the page, you know, I can add more stuff. So it feels very much like a computer chip. So anyways, I'm going to make a copy of this page, and now I'm going to apply this business operating system for, let's say, My Fellow Canadians, which is a membership site that I'm creating for 40 million Canadians, and we'll see how it works. So I'm going to put this operating system for my myfellowcanadians.org. So this is a membership site. So if you're launching a membership site, this will be applicable to you. So the lead generation here, the lead magnets, I have to provide stuff that is freely relevant to Canadians. So it's going to be an ebook, an email course. There's no discount code. There's going to be a webinar. There's no one-on-one consultation. Okay, so that's it. 3 lead magnets. The lead generation system, I have this, opt-in page. Okay, confirmation. So this is pretty standard. The pitch email, what is it I'm going to pitch? Well, I'm going to pitch the My Fellow Canadians membership for only, let's say, $10 a month, or they can pay for the whole year. It's going to be $49 for the whole year, and this is only for subscribers, people on my email list, because the regular price is going to be, let's say, $30 a month. And for $30 a month, what exactly are they going to get in terms of a digital product? Well, that's what we have to specify here. So the digital product for My Fellow Canadians is going to be, I'm going to upload a lot of links in the content section. So I'm going to upload links, and the links can redirect people to YouTube playlists, to a lot of online resources, but these YouTube videos and playlists are not listed, so you have to know these secret links. So I'm going to put secret links. The sales page for My Fellow Canadians, I've done this already. Pictures, videos. Okay, so that's the digital product. The digital product is really, I have to describe it. What is the digital product for My Fellow Canadians? So, because this is really the procedure for setting up the sales page, right? But what is the digital product? So what is the digital product? So here I have to specify the features and also the benefits. So let's remove services here. So the features could be, let's see, let's just say digital resources, meaning PDF files, video courses, audios, because sometimes people like to listen while they're walking, commuting, or driving. So audio programs, apps, ebooks, etc., blueprints, tons of stuff, and it's an evolving membership site, right? So it's going to evolve all the time. Let me just check the live stream. Okay, it's good. So that's number one. Number two, the focus of all these resources is going to be on work, productivity, career, business, finances. So we're not gonna focus on spirituality, personal development, etc., unless they impact Canadians' work, productivity, business, finances, etc. So it's really like a professional focus, like LinkedIn. Number three, they will be having access to private Facebook group and LinkedIn group, because it depends. A lot of people are not on LinkedIn, so they prefer Facebook, and sometimes vice versa. A lot of people on LinkedIn do not use Facebook. So digital resources, I'm going to put digital library. So as you can see, this business operating system helps me because I can create all the different components, the lead generation, the digital product, and now I have to focus on the sales process, right? So once I have subscribers to the My Fellow Canadians email list, how do I convert them to members paying $10 a month? There's not much of a sales process here because it's basically the pitch email. The pitch email is going to sell to them the membership at $10 a month. So it's not a service, so there's no need for a sales process really. So I'm just going to put do not need for now. Maybe later we're going to need it when I offer services like consulting and coaching, but right now we're just selling a membership for $10. So here I'm just going to, whoa. Okay, sorry, it seems that, oh shoot, it just crashed. Hold on. Alright, sorry guys, my software application just crashed, so okay, oh good, I recovered it. Okay, so I was saying that I'm applying the business operating system for My Fellow Canadians, and so you can see that it's a quick and easy way to quickly create your business system. And once you have a business system that is explicitly articulated like this, you can work on it, and you can keep improving it. So in this case, for example, and in most cases, either you have a lead generation problem, in other words, you're not producing leads consistently, or you have a sales problem, you're not converting leads into customers, or you have a customer satisfaction, like whatever you're offering, customers want a refund or they're not coming back for more. So that's a product problem. So you can see that you don't need an MBA degree to create your business operating system. So here I'm just going to put the membership site. It's going to be $10 a month, like Netflix, or people can pay for the whole year. It's going to be $49 for the year. In which case, they're actually saving. Let me see, 120. So they're saving about $70. If they sign up for the whole year. Okay. Now, the great thing about this business operating system is that, when it comes to the digital library, I can invite people to contribute to this library. And why would they contribute? So let's take a look at that, because the digital product that you're offering, this is a crucial part of business, right? Because business is basically innovation and marketing. So this is marketing, but here on the left hand side, you have to create a product. If you were running the business by yourself, you would have to create this entire digital library. But in today's age of collaboration, you don't have to do that. You can collaborate and invite people to join. So here, the digital library, I'm gonna create a different section. It's a whole department, and the purpose is to describe what it is so I can invite people to contribute. So for the digital library, here I'm going to put contributors. So these are people who are experts, who are successful, and they don't have to be Canadians, but they have to contribute content that is relevant to 40 million Canadians. So who are they? So I have to specify who can be a contributor. How will they contribute? How will they submit their content? So just these are questions that I need to answer, but I don't need to answer them now. So what should they contribute? The criteria that I will use for evaluating, so I can decide to accept the submission or refuse. To accept or reject submissions. And most importantly, the benefits for contributors. They get a lot of free publicity throughout Canada, right? Like 40 million Canadians. Format of submission. So is it a PDF file? Is it a Google document? I don't know yet. Format for submissions. It can be a video, etc. And that's it. This digital library, this section is for informing contributors. And to give them a good idea, I have to, share what exists already. So here I'm going to share what is already in the digital library. Exists already. So we have my email marketing course, we have my project management course, we have my online marketing research course, my professional sales course, my BMW course, my start a business course. So this is my ideal career webinar or course. So this is quite valuable already. It exists already. So I don't need to wait for contributors. When Canadians join for only $10 a month, they have access to all of this. Okay, so if I zoom out, you can see that the business system for my fellow Canadians is being fleshed out. And the great thing is that as I develop the details for this membership site, it's a membership site, so anyone out there who wants to create a membership site can reuse a lot of what I've articulated here. For example, they can reuse the idea of a digital library, the idea of contributors, etc. Now, in terms of the marketing, of course, I would be remiss if I did not mention. Oh shoot! The program crashed again. Sorry guys, just give me a minute. I don't know why it happens. I should use PowerPoint, but anyways. So while it's running, and of course we cannot forget the affiliate marketing. So I'm going to create an affiliate marketing program here, call it affiliate marketing program. Again, who am I looking for? What are their responsibilities? How will they work? The rewards, the tools that they have, the tools, the copy, the letters, the messages, etc. So affiliate marketing program, the rewards, they're gonna be paid, let's say maybe 30%. So 30% up to 50% depending on different programs, but at least they're going to be paid minimum 30% of all the subscribers and all the revenues they bring in. So if they bring in a subscriber at $10 a month, it means that every month they're going to be paid $3 per subscriber per month. So the affiliate commission will continue for as long as the subscriber remains subscribed. So they're going to be paid $3 per subscriber per month forever, well, until the subscriber cancels. All right, so that's the affiliate marketing. It's going to help with lead generation. The email here, they're programmed, they're automated, so we don't need manpower for that. We don't need manpower. Well, we need manpower for the digital library, because here we need to motivate contributors to contribute more. Contributors can also be affiliates. So you can see that, this visual diagram shows my entire business system for my fellow Canadians. Now what I'm missing is the business plan, but the business plan fortunately can be written by ChatGPT. So I'm just going to put it here, business plan by ChatGPT. But you can see that by verbalizing my business system, I have all the information here, so it's not going to be hard for ChatGPT to write the business plan. Because if I ask ChatGPT to write a business plan without making explicit this business system, it's going to be a very generic business plan. But now that I have all these components, the digital products, the email automation, the lead magnets, the affiliate marketing program, the contributors, with all of these details, which they call a context, ChatGPT is going to do a better job of writing a business plan that is specific and detailed. So I recommend to people that they start with a business system like what I'm doing right now. Okay, so this is a membership site, but what if you're not launching a membership site? Let's say you're not, or you don't consider yourself a leader, you just want to sell a digital product like a video course. Then you have to modify this business operating system for your video course. Let me just clean it up here. Product development. Let me see. Contributors. That's another circle. Here. So the circle represents a process that is ongoing, right? So here I'm developing products all the time. Here I'm recruiting and training contributors. But here it's not a process, it's a description. So I'm going to use I'm going to use a rectangle. I'm going to use a rectangle like this. This is a process, so I have to use a circle or something that looks round. Now obviously, it's not visually appealing. That's not my purpose today. I just want to include all the components. So same thing here with the lead magnets. This is a description. So it's just a rectangle. Same thing here. This is just a description of the affiliate marketing program. But if I were to start recruiting affiliates, then that's a different story, right? That means it's a circle because it's a process. So here I'm going to put affiliate recruiting and training. And so this is going to be a circle. The lead generation system, I'm going to be more specific. I'm going to say an email lead generation system. Because there could be other ways to generate leads. And by the way, to be more specific, the lead generation means I'm getting the email. So once I start the emailing here, that's a different game. So I'm going to separate the two. So this is just to generate leads. Okay, and here it's a different game. This is more email marketing within MailerLite. Okay, so the first thing they get is a welcome email. After that, they get 4. I have to be explicit. 4 value emails, and after that, email number 5, it's going to pitch them something. So this is email marketing. Okay, and this is a process that I improve all the time. So it's going to be a circle. This lead generation system, is that a circle or a square? Well, it's going to be a square, I think. But to create the opt-in page, it's going to be a circle. Circle means that it's a process that is ongoing. So for example here, the opt-in page, I actually have to create that. So I'm going to bring it over here, and this is going to be a circle. And it's going to be called, create an opt-in page. And the reason why, well, we just want to make sure that we create a good opt-in page. So there will be a procedure for doing that, for creating the opt-in page, and make sure that it really works. So the procedure has to include quality assurance and control. I'm going to talk later on about the difference between quality assurance and control. But the idea is that you want to make sure that you're doing a good job with the opt-in page, because if the opt-in page is not created correctly, then you're not going to generate leads, right? You're not going to be able to generate leads. Okay, so I think that I'm going to stop here and go for my second cup of coffee. But you can see that once I create this business system for my fellow Canadians, anyone out there who's creating a membership site, and there are millions of them, can reuse my business system as I laid it out here. All right, so since I'm here, I might as well reuse this business operating system for another membership site that I'm creating. It's called Calligraphy for Everyone. So this is a social venture we're gonna maximize profits, but that's not the main goal. That's why I put org here. The main goal is to help 40 million Canadians. But let's say that I want to create a membership site where it's more like a profit-oriented enterprise, like calligraphyforeveryone.com. So you can see that I just changed the name, and now I'm just going in and I just modify the components so that they fit this new membership site, right? Can you see that it's so cool, so efficient? I just have to, I mean, these are generic processes and descriptions, so I just have to, modify them for people who join to learn calligraphy. And it's gonna charge $10 a month. Again, they can also pay for the year. So it's very similar to My Fellow Canadians, except that it's not just for Canadians, it's for anyone in the world who can speak English and understand English. Okay, and it's the same thing. So the thing is that when you buy this business operating system, I'm going to give you all the files. You can resell it to anyone out there who wants to create a membership site, and they probably would be willing to pay at least $20 to have access to all these files. They don't have to think hard, because I've been working for 45 minutes, so it took me 45 minutes to create the system. So they're going to save at least 45 minutes, and they're going to have the system. Of course, this system is visually not appealing. I just have to work on that. But now I have all the square boxes, descriptions. I have all the processes, so I can just keep working and develop this business system. The important thing here is that if your business is still in your head, then it's a messy place. It's very confusing. You have to lay out your business system out there. Okay, so I have a friend who is producing a documentary, so let's see how this would apply to a documentary. So I'm going to make a copy of this, and I myself will produce many documentaries on calligraphy and maybe on artificial intelligence. So I'm just going to say that this is for someone who is producing a documentary video. I don't know, maybe about 60 minutes. And the price for this documentary, let's say it's $49 to download or stream it online. And so in a similar manner, I need to have a lead magnet for people interested in this documentary to join. And when they join at email number 5 here, the pitch email, they're going to receive an invitation to buy the documentary. So I'm not selling the documentary right away. I'm offering them a free access to the newsletter, and in email number 5 I'm going to sell them something. So I'm going to sell them documentary for, instead of $49, how about $30? And the regular price on the website is going to be $49. Okay, so it's not going to be $49. So there's no need for a sales process because it's all done by email. Sales process is needed if you're selling something like that costs more than $500 or $1,000. It's expensive, right? So you need prospects need to talk to a salesperson to convince them. But if it's a documentary and it's only $30 or $49, typically people make that purchase without needing a salesperson. So here, digital product for here I just have to change it. It's not for My Fellow Canadian, but for the documentary, whatever the name of that documentary. And of course, affiliate marketing is needed, so that's applicable. So a documentary probably needs a website, right? Because when people, it's not just an opt-in page, and this is something I forgot. A website will serve to establish credibility. So we're gonna put a website over here. And we're just going to call it the website for now. And you know, it's easy with ChatGPT to generate content and strategies for your website. So the purpose of this business operating system is just to give you the big picture so that you can strategize. ChatGPT is not going to give you that big picture, right? It doesn't have the strategic mindset. Maybe later on it will, but right now it doesn't. But even if ChatGPT gives you all the components, you still have to visually place those components at the right place so that it's visual. For now, I think that ChatGPT cannot yet represent visually your business system. And if you don't have a visual representation of your business system, it's going to be very hard to think, you know, because you're going to be reading paragraphs. But reality is more easily represented by a diagram, a visual diagram, than by prose, than by text, right? Because to me, like, a business is really like an engineering project. And you know, when it comes to engineering, you don't do engineering by writing text. You do engineering by creating blueprints. Now granted, this blueprint is not very engineering like, it's very messy, but I just want to put all the components, make them available online so that we can work on them. So for someone who is producing and marketing a documentary, at least he or she can show this documentary business system to his team, and then they can work together, they can brainstorm, they can improve each component of that system. Okay, so that's for a documentary. Let me think. What if... Okay, here's another application of this business operating system. Let's say I want to create an email marketing academy. So, no, not email marketing, a copywriting academy. I want to teach people, you know, how to write sales copy, content, etc., and how to make money online while they're sleeping. That's the power of copywriting. So I'm going to call it the Copywriting Academy, and it's a membership site. Now you're probably wondering, like, what is the deal? Why is Peter so focused on, you know, memberships? Well, the reason why is that to create a product and sell a product is very hard. So let's talk about that for a minute, because I want to convince you that a membership is a great way to create a product, and at the same time you're making money. Okay, so if you create a video course, let's say copywriting a video course, and you were selling it for $100 on Teachable, and let's say it has 10 modules. Okay, you're a professional copywriter, you have experience like me, and you can actually sit down and at home you can create 10 modules, you know, like what is copywriting, you know, who needs it, what are the benefits, you know, case studies, exercises, you know, templates, web applications you can use to help you, or even software programs on your PC. You know, I can create these 10 modules, and I'm pretty confident, but it's kind of boring. It's very hard to sit at home alone and create those 10 modules, right? So instead of doing it by myself, which I find hard even for me, like I'm used to working independently, instead of, you know, creating a product, this is a product, why not launch a membership site which is more social? So I'm gonna put it over here. Whoops. Because I know that for a lot of people, probably your case, it's very, very hard. So instead of creating a product, why don't you create a club, you know, or a membership site? And it's the same thing, copywriting, but it's not a video course, it's a copywriting academy. And instead of charging $100, which is 10 times more than, let's say, $10 per month, okay, and instead of Teachable, I'm going to use Gumroad. So people pay only $10 a month, and they have access to you know, all the courses, not just the videos and the tutorials and the audios and the case studies, but they have access to the whole library, and they can download everything, and they can cancel anytime. So for whatever reason, if they join for $10 the first month, they have 30 days to stream and download all the content, and after 30 days they can just cancel. That's the worst that can happen. They lose $10. But in the case of a product like this, you know, $100 is a lot. Although I have to say that when you buy something on Teachable or Gumroad, can be Gumroad too, you can get a refund depending on the seller. Sometimes the seller can put something like no refund, in which case you can get a refund. And in such cases, you spent $100, but what if you don't like the 10 modules? What if you don't find them useful? You just lost $100. Here, you're paying only $10, and you have 30 days to download all of the library. So obviously, this is a much better deal for your customers, and therefore, you know, you should go for that. But it's good for you too, because you don't have to develop all the 10 modules at once. This is a lot of work, you know. It's very lonely. Here, you know, you can just develop like one module per month, you know, or 2 modules per month, and then, you know, this is month number 1, and month number 2 you have this, month number 3, but you keep developing content, and you develop content by talking to your members, so they will tell you what they need first. And so, you know, if people need an application, you develop that first, right? If they need templates, you develop that first. So you're responding in real time to what they need, because they're actually paying you $10 a month, and you have a whole month to create what they need. Here, you don't know what they need. This is based on your assumptions, right? Like, even if you're the best copywriter in the world, you don't need what students need. You're not in their mind. So a membership site is almost like you're doing marketing research in real time. You're asking them what they need, and you just create what they need. You're not creating stuff that you think they need, but they don't actually need. So this is, in my opinion, it's a much better, it's a more flexible business model. And that's why I decided to create the Copywriting Academy, as opposed to, you know, a video course. Now, of course, once you have a membership site, after a few months, you have a much better idea of what they need, and, you know, that's when you can actually create a video product later on. And it's not just a video product, you know, you can create wow, these arrows are really big. You can also create ebooks, you can create like a newsletter, so you can create all kinds of stuff, and it all starts with a membership site. So anyways, I think that you're convinced now, I hope so, that a membership site is the way to go. So let's go back to the Copywriting Academy. So this is one of the businesses I want to create, especially nowadays with ChatGPT. You know, I don't need to train people on copywriting basics, but really, you know, teach them at a higher level, you know, what copywriting skills they should master. And once they have a strategic understanding of copywriting, then they can use ChatGPT to do the sales letter and everything. So here, the lead magnet for copywriting, it could be, you know, an ebook on copywriting. It would be free. It can be an email course on copywriting, etc. It just occurred to me, I just want to share with you that maybe this business operating system should be a Google Sheet. Let me just put it here. Boss should be a Google Sheet. The reason why it should be a Google Sheet, whoops. The reason why it should be a Google Sheet is that when people enter the name of the company, a Google Sheet can automatically reference that name and put it right here. So anyways, I'm gonna do a Google Sheet later on and explain to you, but I just want to put, should be a Google Sheet, so that users, customers can make a copy to their Google Drive. Yeah, this is a great idea. Anyways, so to get back to the Copywriting Academy, I find it hard these days to justify creating a product as opposed to a membership site. Like, even companies like Adobe, a lot of software companies, they're switching to a SaaS model. A SaaS model means software as a service. So instead of charging for a software program upfront, like $500 or $1,000, they're charging like $20 per month, and this is a much more flexible model. So even big companies like Adobe are doing that. So I think it's a good bet. Okay, that's it for today. I think we've done enough work. So thank you for being there. If you watch my future live streams, I'm going to give you a link so you can download or make a copy of this business system to your Google Drive, and you can start selling this business operating system, and you can use it for yourself, and you can also sell it online at any price to anyone, and you're going to make a profit. All right, that's it for today. I'll see you in the next slide.